Alright, for today's video what we're going to do is make some header flanges for the old hot rod. So should be fun, and let's get going. Alright, so I didn't show it, but I made a test piece out of aluminum. Header flange for the hot rod. And you know, I determined that I could go a little bit thicker on these walls to give me better sealing surface, and but I cut the holes right to the bolt size, and the bolts went in. Some of them were a little snug, but they went in. So I've got my spacing correct. So you know, on the finished piece, what we'll do is open those up to a proper tight slip, basically, on the bolt, and yeah. And we'll do the finished design. Okay, so we've got a chunk of 3/8 304 stainless. It's 17 1/4 inches long and 3 inches wide. And then my fixture is actually tubing. It's square 2-inch, 1/4 inch wall tubing. And I've cut, as you can see, I've cut the aluminum test piece on here, made a few adjustments, and now we're going to go ahead and do the stainless. Okay, we clamp it down, and the two end bolts we're actually going to cut after we cut all the other 6. And we'll bolt that down, and then remove the clamps and do the 2 end bolts. So that'll be the workflow. Okay, there you can see our part. I don't have any toolpath program, but what we're going to do is, like I said, the innermost 6 holes, we're going to go ahead and, I don't know, probably ramp those in. I've got 2 tools loaded up, a 1/4 and a 1/2. Flat end mill with rounded corners. So they should be durable enough, but we will see. Alright, we got all the bolts in, so now we're just going to go ahead and take these clamps off, and underneath there will go the last 2. Alright, I got all the bolts in, and now what we're going to do is come in with the 1/2, and we're going to pocket out the port. Just going to start with 1, see how it works, see how my tool paths are, and then we'll move to that one. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch. It's a helical end mill, corner round. I'm not sure what the radius is, but it's a 4-fluter, and yeah, so we're just going to pocket most of that out, leave a little bit on the sidewall, come in with a sharp-edged 3/8, and take the last little bit off, and there's a step in there so the tube can actually sit down inside the step, bottom out, and then be welded from the inside as well. So anyway, here we go. Okay, we got all the port holes cut out, and now we're going to do a contour around the outside and get it to basically its shape. Alright, so we got the basic shape roughed out. You see that's a pretty good cut. Doing just fine here. Now what I got is I got some plugs that are going to go in and lock into the step, and I'll hold it down that way, and then I can come in and you know, I can break this edge, and basically what I'm going to do is cut the entire surface and leave just a little lip right here, and that'll be so I can weld to that little lip. And basically it's just to finish off this whole top surface. I got some little cutouts in here as well, but yeah, let's get those little plugs in there and get it held down, get these bolts out, and go from there. And there it is. Now these are 2-inch primaries going in here. These heads take the 3-inch. Well, they have dual bolt pattern, but I'm ported well into that first set of bolts. So I'm using the 3-inch spacing here, and then of course small block Ford. This is 4 3/8 between the ports. So 3 inches here and 4 3/8 between. I think I got enough of a flange here. Should be just fine. So now we're going to come in and just finish off the rest of this, and break the edge, cut this little detail in here, just for I mean, this is going on a street rod, so it's got to look nice. So yeah, so let's finish this guy up. And there it is. We got a little bit of bench work to do right here. I could come in. I have a tool that can take that off, but I would just have to relieve my fixture too much. So I'm just going to do this by hand. It's thinner than a little bit of tin foil, so I can hit that with a real light abrasive on a 1-inch wide sander I have, and clean that right up. But other than that, we're in good shape. All right, all finished up. Got her deburred on the back side, and what I really wanted to see was this thing being flat. And it is. Makes a little noise right there, but boy, it ain't much. Maybe a thou. So this is gonna warp all to hell when I weld the pipes on anyways. I'm gonna try not. We're gonna bolt it down to a fixture when we weld all this stuff. So it'll be back purged and yeah, done properly. But there it is. There it is. Some 2-inch primary, small block Ford, 3/8 thick header flanges out of 304 stainless steel. All right, and here we can see supercharger right on down to our fancy header flanges. So like I said, this is the 3-inch spacing, the wide spacing offered on some of these aftermarket cylinder heads. 2-inch primaries. And that should be fun, building a set of headers for this thing. It's going to go down to 3.5 collectors. And then what's going to happen after that, I don't know. That's that. We got to finish the other side, and then maybe the next thing I'm going to work on is this is not going to function properly. So got some ideas what I'm going to do there. Believe what I'm going to do is come in the side with just an AN fitting. So I'll need to tap this for NPT and make some kind of cool, maybe finned. Who knows? That's kind of the theme. We've got an enderly cover down here, and that's going to be the water inlet to the block. the outlet's going to come out up here, unless I decide to reverse it. There is some theory in that too, but anyways, the finned theme is what we're kind of pursuing here. We got some fins on that. We got fins here, and this is a cast aluminum firewall. It also has fins on it. The oil pan, cast aluminum, has fins on it. So I hope that was interesting. It gives you an idea where we're heading. Some of the future projects to come on the old hot rod. So stay tuned, and we'll have more videos coming your way.